we're going to look at Joint Legacy Viewer. So how you do that is you just click on the JLV option in your CPRS window right there. Now, once JLV opens, you're going to have to follow some steps. It takes a couple of seconds. Okay, you'll go ahead and click your Sign In with PIV, and then you do more choices. And make sure to click your authentication certificate here, and then OK. And I accept. And then, so here you're going to enter your Vista Access and Verify code, just as you did for the other systems we've looked at. The agency, you want to make sure that's selected as VA, and you want to make sure that you choose the site as North Chicago, Illinois. And go ahead and click Login. Now, what you want to know about JLV is that it's a read-only system. And basically what it does is it pulls information in from both the DoD and the VA to show you one display, all in one place. So here we have different things loading on the screen here, but we have our patient on the top left, ZZ Mouse Mini. We've got some icons at the top that have the blue button on them, the blue dot. That means that those are VA locations where the information is coming from. If you should see anything such as a gold square, which, yep, right here, you'll see that there's also DoD information being pulled in. So here we have some messages, patient flags, and different things. Again, everything that is in CPRS and Vista, everything that is in Alta CHS being pulled together, that's why you're getting the same flags that you would see in those systems. So we're just going to go ahead and close that. But it tells you here again where the information is coming from. Okay, so we'll close that. Here, you'll also notice that there's these square boxes, also known as widgets. So if you scroll over, you'll see more widgets. And then if you scroll down, you'll see the other ones that are also there. Now, the wonderful thing about these widgets and the display in JLV, you can customize that any way you want. So maybe you don't care about the problems list. You've already looked at that. So you could go right here to this widget, close it. You come down here where it says Open Widget Tray. And you could see all of the various widgets that are in the system. Now, as we mentioned a little earlier, you know, the patient information is coming from various places. So in particular, the DoD side has already started coming along with MHS Genesis or Cerner. So you may want to pull up your MHS Genesis notes for that patient, which would be really wonderful, especially if they've been seen in that area that has it. So what you would do is you would click on MHS Genesis, click and drag. It would then load with the information. You could also close the widget tray, and then it doesn't say any data because, again, this is a test patient. But let's go over to one of the other widgets so we can work with some of the data and see what's there. Each of the widget trays has the same kind of makeup. So basically you have all kinds of options at the top. You've got your connection status, you've got filters you can set up. You can do things like copy to clipboard, print, refresh the information. You can change column settings, or you can, again, clicking on the X, close the widget altogether. Now, if we want to see something on it, we can just click on it, and there it is. You could also print it as well as copy to clipboard here as an option. Some of the other things that you can do, say for instance you want to look at more, have it in a larger screen to make it easier to see. So you'd click more. That brings that window up larger for you, and then also allows you to really customize what you're looking at. So you could either customize by your calendar option, or you can choose your options over here to display how much information. It's important because I have a lot of providers, a lot of folks that use JLV come to me and say, hey, I can't find this. Well, it's oftentimes because they don't have their filter set up correctly and they're not looking at the time frame. Okay, so that's very important. Again, you would just want to make sure that you're able to see what you want to see. So if you wanted to click on anything, again, you click on it, it loads, and you see what's there. Now, one of the other things, I'm going to go ahead and close this window because I do want to show you some other features in here. The original portal that you're on is basically like a provider view or just basic screen that everybody gets when they go into JLV. There are ways for you to customize it though. So say for instance, Everything was available to you on the screen that you wanted, but maybe you needed some more information and you couldn't fit any more widgets on here. You could always add your own tab. So you click on the plus option, you name your tab, enter, and then you have a blank canvas, so to speak, right? So you go ahead and you just grab what you want from down here in the widgets tray, and we'll bring that up. We'll bring the appointments up. And then the nice thing about JLV is however you set it up today is how it's going to stay until you change it. So your primary change that we made on the beginning tab, where we included the MHS Genesis notes, will be there. And then anything else that you have customized on this. And you see how your test tab is right here. So it's always going to be on your display every time you come in. Now, say for instance, you don't necessarily like your setting because maybe you want to be cheerful when you come into JLV. You don't like gray. So you could come in here and you could change your default by clicking on the settings wheel and clicking on the blue. Then you click save. And it'll change momentarily. Some of the other things that you can do is it has a wonderful help window where you click on the question mark, and I'll bring that up in just a second. Things are still loading, so it takes a minute. So just remember that when JLV is taking some time to actually fill in the screen, it's because it is pulling all of that information. But one thing that I want to keep in mind too is this is really going to be the way of the future. When we go to Cerner, this is going to be the way that you get to the information that used to be in CPRS and in Alta. So it's really, wonderful that, you're coming to training so that you can learn about something that's going to be the way of how we do things coming down the pike.